parable of the talents, found in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30, is a profound and timeless biblical narrative that imparts valuable lessons on stewardship, responsibility, and the importance of utilizing one's abilities to their fullest potential. This parable, spoken by Jesus Christ, serves as a guide for individuals seeking to understand the significance of investing their God-given talents wisely. The parable begins with a wealthy man who entrusts his servants with varying amounts of talents before embarking on a journey. In biblical times, a talent was a unit of weight used as a measure of value, and in this context, it symbolizes the diverse gifts, abilities, and resources bestowed upon individuals by God. To one servant, the master gives 5 talents, to another 2, and to the third servant only 1, each according to their ability. The first 2 servants promptly invest and double the talents they received, showcasing diligence and resourcefulness. In contrast, the third servant buries his talent in the ground out of fear, opting for the safety of preservation rather than engaging in fruitful enterprise. Upon the master's return, he commends the first 2 servants for their faithful stewardship, declaring, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness." However, the third servant, who buried his talent, faces condemnation and is deemed wicked and lazy. The parable emphasizes the concept of stewardship, highlighting the responsibility individuals have in managing and multiplying the resources entrusted to them. It underscores the idea that every person is a steward of the talents and gifts bestowed upon them by God, and they are accountable for how they use and develop these gifts. The contrast between the first 2 servants and the third servant underscores the importance of taking calculated risks and demonstrating initiative. The parable suggests that a life of faith involves stepping out in confidence, using one's abilities, and not succumbing to fear or complacency. The parable encourages believers to actively engage in multiplying their talents rather than burying them in the ground. This implies the development and application of skills, gifts, and resources for the greater good, contributing positively to one's own life and the lives of others. The master's response to the servants reveals the principle of reward for faithful stewardship and consequences for negligence. It emphasizes the joy and fulfillment that come from using one's talents well, as opposed to the disappointment and condemnation that result from neglecting or misusing them. The distribution of talents in different amounts signifies that God recognizes and accommodates the unique abilities and capacities of each individual. It reinforces the idea that everyone has a role to play in God's grand design, and the emphasis is not on the quantity of talents, but on how faithfully and purposefully they are employed. The parable of the talents stands as a timeless guide for believers, urging them to embrace stewardship, take calculated risks, and actively engage in the development and application of their God-given gifts. It encourages a life of purpose, responsibility, and faithful service, emphasizing the joy and reward that accompany such a life. As individuals reflect on this parable, they are challenged to assess how they are using their talents and whether they are multiplying them for the betterment of themselves and those around them. I hope you found this information helpful. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.